I'm Brandon Rowe in Caledonia, where an Ontario judge has granted a permanent injunction banning protesters from a construction site at the center of an Indigenous land dispute.
Smoke could be seen throughout Caledonia, which is southwest of Toronto, as a group calling themselves land defenders have been protesting the use of land for a proposed housing development. It's land the demonstrators call 1492 Landback Lane.
The province needs to change their law. They need to put Six Nations in the Lands Registry Act. And when everyone looks at their deeds, they can clearly see that it's Six Nations land.
You know what? Enough is enough, and that's all I'm going to say.
There is a heavy police presence in the area, and police tell CityNews that rocks were thrown at several cruisers that caused significant damage. The OPP also said that when rocks and wood were thrown for their safety, they used what they are calling non-lethal force equipment in response, which included rubber bullets and a taser. No injuries were reported. Demonstrators who have been occupying the site for months argue that the development near Caledonia, Ontario, and Six Nations of the Grand River First Nation is on unceded Indigenous land, and it violates the sovereignty of the Haudenosaunee people. Premier Doug Ford was also asked about this protest that has lasted more than 90 days and had this to say.
I'm going to be very blunt. I'm not going to tolerate violence. It's very simple. And he told me he doesn't tolerate it. So I don't know if a few folks are going rogue, but the way you get things settled is by sitting around the table, talking about solutions. You don't go after our police. You don't start burning telephone poles. You don't start digging up roads. That's unacceptable.
The mayor of Haldeman County says he's on board with the premier and also wants the federal government to step in.
This is the backdrop of what's been said for the last 6 months, 90 days. That, this is a peaceful protest. Well, I think you can see this is not peaceful.
Absolutely.
Damage by the demonstrators is estimated to be in the millions, as roads were dug up by an excavator. A hydro pole was also damaged, cutting off the power to a number of residents. CityNews did try to reach out to the spokesperson of 1492 Landback Lane, but because of the OPP roadblock, we were unable to safely secure an interview.
The OPP says that so far no one has been arrested, but this is an ongoing investigation. To date, 33 people have been arrested. In Caledonia, Brandon Rowe, City News.